Hello everybody and welcome to another Dune Awakening live stream. It's our 6th, if I'm not mistaken, and it has been a while. I am Natasha Rösli, Senior PR Manager here at Funcom, and I have the pleasure to be your host for tonight. So we have a lot to go through. As I mentioned, it has been a while since our last live stream. But what's actually coming up, you see here on the side. We are going to talk about Endgame revamp, very exciting part of our stream today. We're also going to talk about Dungeons and Augments. We're going to talk about the expansion or the extension of the main storyline, quality of life changes. We're going to talk about Raiders of the Broken Lands, which is the optional paid DLC. That's coming out together with Chapter 3. And we also do a big Q&A in the end. We do something a little bit different now for today's stream because it's such a long stream and because we have quite big segments, quite exciting segments. We do a Q&A after each segment additionally as well. So if you have any questions, we will be collecting them from chat and answer them for the specific segment. So keep in mind to have questions that are specifically for that segment and for that topic that we talked about. But then towards the end, we'll have a last Q&A to kind of collect some of the questions that we haven't answered previously. And we also have a giveaway at the very end of the stream. So don't start spamming chat too early or I'm coming back to your house. All right, but as I mentioned, it has been a while since we have done our last stream for Chapter 2. That's because we have been very busy behind the scenes. So let's take a quick look at all the updates that we've done to the game since then. You see here on the screen, there have been quite a lot of new things that have been added to the game for quality of life changes, additional content as well. With the last update as recently as 2 days ago, actually, on Tuesday. That brought a few new really cool things as well. For one, we have the base reconstruction tool now in the game that gives you the opportunity to back up your base and then easily place it out again. So if you know you take a little break from the game, you have to go on vacation, you can actually use that tool. It should kind of relieve a little bit of the pain of coming back or taking a little break from the game for one reason or another. We also added the cargo container, which helps you transport lots of material and items in one go via a carry ornithopter, which is actually really fun to do as well. Something really cool. And then if you haven't seen it, if you haven't updated your client 2 days ago or haven't done it yet, we also had a little surprise, a little thank you from us here at Funcom in the free pack, the Gift of the Sands free pack, which adds some really cool placeables for you to play around with. You can see here a strategy table, little miniatures that you can actually place. So something from us as a thank you. And a little tree here, almost festive for the holiday season. So yeah, if you haven't updated your clients, do that and you will automatically have all these items available to you in-game. Right, then another thing that actually went out 2 days ago was regarding a community request that we had because some people might not have Twitch accounts. So it's actually now possible to buy all their Twitch drops from in-game vendors at Harco Village and Arakeen. So we did that as well. So obviously newer Twitch drops, new Twitch drops are actually live right now as well. All the Twitch drops are on those vendors, and as we get more and more Twitch drops, these will get added to those vendors as well. So right now the Twitch drops are actually completing the Observer building set for you. Also very exciting. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's get into the new and exciting stuff. So Chapter 3 is around the corner, and it's our biggest and most exciting update to Dune Awakening to date. I think I speak for everyone here when I say we're very excited for you to experience and see this new content, check it out. This update, this chapter has also been built with your feedback in mind. So we have been looking at feedback, we have been following discussions, and one thing was very clear, that you were really looking for more diverse and more interesting ways to specialize and progress your character after tier 6, like end game, late game. And also that you are looking for more content to do, of course, once you're in T6. So this update is specifically addressing and putting system into place that lay a foundation for us to exactly do that for you. So I am done yapping now, so let's take a look at the announcement trailer for Chapter 3.
Chapter 3 is the biggest update to Dune Awakening yet. A rebuilt endgame, new maps, missions, testing stations, and much more. Choose among the great houses and take on Landsrad missions that will further your specialization as a crafter, gatherer, explorer, fighter, or saboteur. 10 new locations are available across the overland map, each with new challenges. These include 5 new Imperial testing stations with scalable difficulty and rewards. Once you completed these challenges, return to your base and craft augments, a new way to upgrade your Tier 6 gear and progress in the endgame. Dozens of augments are available for weapons and armors. Speaking of weapons, new dual blades provide a unique way to approach melee. The Rapier Reborn turns attack into defense in a single fluid motion. And from afar, the pyrocket smokes out those who think they can hide.
Peons, bondsmen, now familiar, let the battle begin!
The main story of Dune Awakening continues in Chapter 3 with the new storyline. Infiltrate the arena in Neo-Carthag and fight in bloody gladiatorial battles.
I give you the degenerate killer!
Then reunite with a familiar ally and descend into the heart of the smuggler domain.
It's not every day we get visitors here.
Chapter 3 also launches with a DLC. This includes a full 74-piece smuggler building set, a 17-piece decoration set, 3 armor sets, and more. This is Dune Awakening, Chapter 3. A rebuilt endgame, deeper systems, new missions, new weapons, and new ways to define your role.
They came in nameless. Now the pig carves their legend in blood.
Please stay tuned for more Chapter 3 details, and see you on Arrakis.
So as you probably saw, there's a lot of things in that trailer and there's a lot of things to go through, and we are going into the first segment which talks about our revamp Endgame, and I have 2 very exciting guests with me to talk about that. Let's do a round of introduction.
Yes. Hello, my name is Ola Andreas. I'm production director on Dune Awakening.
Hi, I'm Viljar Sommerbach. I'm the game director on Dune Awakening.
And he's our VIP today. That's the reason he has like his own proper microphone. Oh, actually, all right. Audio issues.
Microphone doesn't work, so I'll have to use this. Hello, my name is Ola Andreas, and I'm the production director on Dune Awakening.
All right. Just like game development, we'll deal with things that get thrown at us.
Does it work?
All good. So we just, was that okay?
Does it work?
All good?
Now?
I really cannot check right now, so.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So chat, let us know if you could hear both of them.
If it doesn't.
Okay, all good. Okay. Perfect. All right. So, Endgame revamp. As I mentioned, like Chapter 3 is really done with player feedback in mind, which also means we did actually revamp a lot of systems and mechanics that go into, or we actually added system and mechanics that go into progression and kind of customization for your character as well, for different playstyles and such. And while these systems are all new, one thing that is still there is the launch rod. But it has changed a little bit. It's still there to deliver content to our players. But tell us more, Ole Andreas.
Yeah, sure. All right, so when we launched the game, our intention was always for the Lance Rod to be an activity driver. That's always been the design intention behind it. So basically what we've done with Chapter 3 is we've built on top of that. So we've taken the Lance Rod and we've created a bunch of new activities for the players to do.
I think we should actually have an example of that too, if I remember correctly. But
yeah, maybe we'll get something on screen. But yeah, so basically what you're going to do, as soon as you reach faction rank 5 on either of the factions, with the Lance Rod now, you will have a new menu. Oh, look at that. Some nice little emote.
Camille is taking a nice bow. Love it. There we go.
Yeah, so here you see the Lance Rod menu. It's pretty much exactly how you remembered it. So you still have the Lance Rod with the two factions fighting over the dominance of the board, hopefully winning a Sizzle Rad or just winning the Lance Rad to, in the end, secure votes to vote for your decree. And you still have your personal rewards and everything. But there is a change to it. So now Camille basically just clicked one of those tiles to want to do a mission. And now you're basically selecting a mission to support that house. So House Mauritani, which is selected here. So as Camille just did, he went to go and show more about that mission. And basically now you're in the brand new menu, the Lance Rad mission menu. And I think, yeah, it's a ton of new stuff in there. I guess we can go a bit deeper into it. So the menu that we're seeing on the left side now, scrolling through, and he's highlighting there is 5 basically different categories of missions. You have the one called Subtlety, which might be renamed to Sabotage. And then you have Gathering, Crafting, Combat, and Exploration. And then we'll come back to those, but those different categories represents different specialization progression paths that you as a character, or you as a player and as a character, can progress through. So you'll be able to specialize and evolve your character into either of those. I was just looking at Ignacy on the side here. Yeah, so you can see Camille here has 2 missions accepted already. There's room for 3. That you can have accepted at one time, and you can also see there the different rewards and the description for that mission. So yeah, the team's been hard at work building out cool missions for you guys to go and explore, and these missions will take you to new locations, as well as some of them taking you to Haga Basin or existing locations. But yeah, now we're seeing Camille basically accepting that mission, and then once you accept it, you have to also select which house you want to represent while doing it. And this will then go back to the voting power and basically winning the Lance Rad when you finish the missions. So yeah, and then I guess we can go a little bit further into the rewards. So as you see there on the left side, there is a reward section. This is rewards that you will get just by completing the missions. So you can see here 6,000 Solari, 350 XP, and then 1,000 Lance Rad contribution points. Those we will come back to as well at a later point. And then you have something unique on the right-hand side here, which is what we currently call bonus rewards, which are limited by a currency, I guess, a credit that you can see at the bottom there, which is 5 mnemonic recollection points. And you have 5 of these to start with, and then you get 5 every day, up to a max cap of 35. And then for those, you will get some nice bonus rewards. And then I can basically go into the top one, which is combat XP, and that will flow back into the specialization loop, which we'll go back to. House Grip, which is a currency you can use to buy off-world components for, which will then basically tie into the crafting later, and then you will gain faction standing, which now is important because we've increased the faction rank from 5 to 20.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll talk a bit more about that as well.
I'll just mention one thing. It's that you can do 5 of these per day, and Ole said 35, but that's 35 per week, basically, that you can do. So, yeah.
Also, you see that it says combat XP there because we actually did choose a combat mission, and you get experience according to the different section that you choose, like crafting. Or, now it says crafting and sabotage experience, of course. So going into that whole thing of, so you can actually choose something that you like doing, like your play style, right? So you're not forced to do combat if you don't like combat. You're not forced to do crafting if you're really not a crafter, and so on. So more specialized in that sense.
Yep. And I think you mentioned it earlier. For us, this is a foundation that we've laid now, and we want to build on top of. So we want to hear and see what the players enjoy playing, and then we can see how we can expand upon that with further missions and further locations to do that. Yeah. I do want to mention something. So you see this is a separate menu, a separate tab. Of course, you can come at this from either angle if you wanted to. So if you wanted to go there from the Landsrad menu and select which house you want to represent, because now you want to continue fighting for a sizzle rod that your faction is about to capture, then obviously you can go there and specifically choose that tile. Or you might be more in the mood for a certain type of activity, and then you wanna maybe go here and select from the type of activity you wanna do.
All right, I think, should we just jump into a mission? Should we follow Camille and see what the mission can look like? And comment on what we're seeing right
so
now.
Ole mentioned that we have missions that go to Hago Basin, but we also have new maps on the Overland map that you can go to. They're both outside maps, and we also have dungeons that you can go to there.
Do you want to comment on the ornithopter? Yeah.
I just wanted to comment because it's really cool. Some people might have already noticed it in chat. The nice little ornithopter that Camille is flying here is one of it's the new ornithopter skin. You can go and have a look at it from the outside. Looks really dope. It's the smuggler one, and you'll be able to buy it from a vendor in the world.
So it's not part of the paid DLC. This is actually part of the free content.
Free part, yes. And you can also see Camille's base here, built using the awesome Observer building set. Looks really nice.
The bigger doors.
Yes.
The really big doors.
Wow, it's the garage
where you can
doors.
actually fit your buggy through.
Also a part of Chapter 3, we have garage doors.
Yes.
You can finally go in, it's a 3x2. You can finally go and drive your vehicles through a garage door. And they'll be coming in the different factions variants as well.
There we go. All right.
And, you can also see the buggy variant of the smugglers. Yeah, sorry, Camille was lightly hinting at it, but yeah, it's really, really cool.
Okay, now we're going back into the ornithopter, and we are going to join a lot of those missions to see what that looks like.
So yeah, as Camille is flying out to go and get that mission, we'll see some exciting new changes on the Overland as well. I don't know if you are able to see it as well, but there's some nice little new streaks on the wings of the ornithopters when they glide. Really love them.
The air.
Yeah. I think it
condense. I don't know what is it officially called. Maybe someone in chat knows what they're officially called. I think there's an official name for them. But I don't know what.
Adds a bit of flair. I like it.
Absolutely. Very nice.
All right. So welcome to the Overland map again. I guess we can comment a little bit about that as well. Do you want to comment on it?
I just wanted to mention that Camille had a mission selected when it went in here, and it actually auto-selected the map marker for it, so that the map direction, so he can actually follow it without wandering across the entire map. So it's a small quality of life thing that I think is good.
And I think a few of the cool changes you'll see to the overland map. It looks very different. It has a bit more of a visual flair to it. It's also a big change that we did was that we removed the water and the fuel loops, so you don't have those survival elements on the overland map anymore. It does feel like a cleaner experience right now, and a ton of new locations have been added to the overland map. So now you even have categories in terms of which locations you can go to. So you can see here the different story missions, and then you'll see the different locations that we are adding in Chapter 3 as part of the Lance Road missions. And then lastly, you have a tab for the 5 new testing stations, in which I think we'll have a deeper look at one of them later.
Yes, and then one of the next segments. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 new
Yes.
testing stations.
But yeah, it's really cool to see everything come together. The team has been doing an amazing job.
Absolutely, shout out to everyone working on Dune Awakening. Absolutely amazing work.
Maybe you want to comment a
Throughout
little bit
all
on
the
the
teams.
mission, William?
Which mission was this? So there is mentioned, like, if you saw the ornithopter there behind us, that's actually the exit point. I just wanted to mention that because you can leave the map directly like that if you wanted to. But let's see, what is the mission about? I can't even read what's on the screen there.
It says
Locate and activate the first
Ixian
Ixian triangulator.
So
Yeah.
you're finding 3 different triangulators here.
Yeah, so you just go to these different points, and then you get your triangulation underway.
I love this effect, by the way. I don't know why, but I think it's so cool. It just, it has like this, I don't know, it just feels so engaging to me. Not sure.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Love this effect.
And it's worth mentioning that I think maybe now we just have 1 mission to this area, but you can actually pick 3 missions, so you can do them at the same time to maximize your output, basically. I see that Camille has not mastered hydration loop. Oh, sticking to the shadows.
Oh.
So the map that you see here, it's a new map. It has multiple missions that's going on inside of the map. So as Vilja said, you can pick up multiple ones if you want to. Also, they're all you can go in there as a group, a party of 4 if you want to, and the missions are now also shareable. So you can actually share them with your friends. If one of your friends have a mission and the other friend doesn't have one, you can just share it. So now Camille has triangulated and found the location of the cave, or he needs to find the location of the cave where the signal originates. So he's basically now just clearing some enemies masterfully with his sword.
I think one thing to mention is also that it was important to us to add content that is both playable solo and in group.
Yes, so all the missions are playable solo if you want to, and we're getting more into the dungeons later, I guess, but
Yeah.
yes, it's important for us that you can play it either alone or in a party. Yeah, there's some enemy activity down here needing to clear. And you've located the Blushing Cavern, which is probably one of my favorite location names in our game.
I was thinking the same earlier.
It had an internal name before, which was definitely not as cool as this.
Can you mention it? You shouldn't.
No,
Was
it
it like
was
some-
a very boring
Okay.
internal development
All right,
name.
I
So
see, I see.
I'm glad we got a narrative pass on it.
The writing team
Yeah,
prettified it.
keeping it nice and Dune-y and tasteful. All right. So yeah,
Nice
seeing
slow attack.
Kimil clearing out enemies, not using his spice addiction. I guess he's saving it for an important time. Alright, now there's apparently a wave of enemies coming, so we're defending the beacon against the enemy reinforcements. See if he see how he does. Should have brought some friends, maybe. Maybe he can take. Maybe he can do it himself.
He got this. He got this. He's a pro.
He is
I
a pro.
believe. I believe.
Hopefully he picks up the bodies to bring them back to the death still afterwards.
Oh, no, good point.
Can't let water go to waste.
Yeah, don't let anything waste. Very true. So that dash from the NPC.
Ah, he's got skills.
Mm-hmm. Easy. All right, so that phase is done now. Now he has to get out of the cave.
Yep. So now he's got to get out. Obviously, if he wanted to, there's a ton of loot there, resources for him to get. There's some secrets here and there as well that our team has put in. So he kind of just went straight through the main loop of the mission now to show you it in a quick way. But yeah, there's stuff to explore.
For sake of efficiency, we just ignored everything else for now in that cave.
And yeah, now he's going back to the Ornithopter to claim his rewards. Oh, he's just going to leave a grenade for that guy first.
Nice, leave him a little goodbye present.
He was almost fast enough to turn the camera away for us to not notice. All right, need charge all the way.
That's how I do it too. Still.
We have some good traversal abilities. Knee charge and Shigawari is biometrics. Telemetry is one of the most used abilities when we do traversal. So non-combat abilities for sure.
Yeah.
All right, now he reached back to the exit so he can view the mission report from here, get all of the info about his rewards, and then he can claim it basically directly from here. Maybe you want to talk a little bit about this, Viljar.
About the rewards.
Yeah.
So basically, we just finished a mission here, and these missions, they go into kind of powering your character. You help with the Landstrat, so you help your faction win, but it also goes into powering your character. So basically, you get specialization XP, you get house credits, and faction reputation. And some things are gated behind faction reputation, so it's a good thing to keep grinding away at these missions. Yeah, so the specialization XP, it unlocks traits, so that you can eventually apply augmentations to items. House credits, you use those to purchase cosmetics, crafting components, and you, yeah, like I said, you repeat Landstrat missions to keep growing your character's power. Here we see the new specializations. There are quite a lot of them. They go into the 5 tracks that Ole already mentioned. Worth noting, though, is that if you want to go into the augmentation loop, which adds different types of powers and abilities and stuff to your weapons, you want to do at least a few of the crafting ones. So because that unlocks your ability to start crafting these augments. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk more about augments later, but I think, yeah, a bit more about specialization maybe.
Yeah, no, I think Viljar covered it pretty nicely. There's hundreds of different upgrades here, so you can go pretty deep, I would say. And each of these major traits that they're called, which is hovering over now, they cost you spice to buy. So you'll need spice to buy them, and then you have some nice free ones in between as well that are just specialization specialization bonuses, basically. Yeah, you can see a nice one there. There's been quite a few players have asked for a way to increase their inventory slots. So the first one that we hovered on was a way for you to add a new row, like 1 row for your inventory, which is pretty exciting. You have a ton of them that are doing different things. Vehicle speed bonus, You have heat mitigation on vehicle, like this one. There's more inventory slots increasing. There's just a ton of them. Extra skill points, damage mitigation, and then the augment system that we're gonna get into later is there's a few ones regarding that as well. So the progression team has really been hard at work building out and fleshing out all of this. It's really cool for anyone who likes to go deep on their character and their progression. This is definitely you're going to be your favorite menu from now on. I just want to mention that this goes in addition to the skills menu that we were on in previously. So that's not going away. You can still progress your character via the normal skills menu in addition to the new specialization menu.
And I think it also needs to be said that obviously you can try to max all of those, but I think we talked about this. It might actually take like a year if you really want it, because it takes a while to really. So which I am personally very excited about, because I like to feel special. You know, I like to kind of like, oh, I am one of those people who can really do this particular thing because I maxed out that specific line or tree in this case, right? So that is definitely an option now. You can become, especially later when we talk about augments, so you can be very specialized in that particularly.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this change personally. I can't wait to go out and do missions, and they're repeatable. You can go back and do them, and then we'll keep adding missions and locations as we see when we see what people want, basically.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about what happens at level 19 on the faction ranking?
We can,
Yeah, absolutely.
So basically, when you get to level 19, depending on the faction that you're with, you'll get a new special mission to kind of take you over to faction ranking 20. It's quite relatively involved mission with a lot of cool things and stories. So you get to delve deeper into factions and your faction, and meet some important people from Dune, basically.
Exciting. Definitely for the people who know the lore well. It's like meeting more people from the books and such is always exciting. Alrighty. I think we do have, that was it for this segment. So we go over to the Q&A now. So we'll see if we have, yes, I almost forgot. We actually do have an example of the different missions, what they can look like as well. Maybe one of you wants to comment on that.
So that's basically the smuggler's run, where you have a race-like thing where you go and it's not triangulation. I don't remember exactly what we called it, but in that neighborhood basically. So you have a certain amount of time to clear it.
And then there's a personal best as well. You can beat your personal best.
Yes, you can of course beat your personal best. If you remember. So
I think it's the map best as well.
yeah.
This is the Broodworks.
The Broodworks.
Yeah, the Broodworks is a fortress that you need to basically, what's it called? Not intrude, but
infiltrate?
Like infiltrate is the word I was looking for. So you can see here, it's like more like an infiltration mission type map. It's really cool.
Stealth map, kind of.
Yeah, but there's tons of combat in it as well. Lots of cool locations, camps, and different things for you to explore and do. I really like this map, actually. It's really cool.
It looks great.
Got some verticality to it as well with the different heights of that. And then now you're looking at the Blushing Cavern again, which has this nice little cavern area as well, with some earthite crystals in it as well. Super exciting. Got Wreck of the Tyke, which is also another map, a radioactive shipwreck that's crash landed that you need to go and explore, find some cool stuff in it, figure out what happened, maybe. And there's some, you better bring your radiation suit there.
It definitely looks very green and very toxic in there, radiation-wise. I think when we just talked about shipwreck there, the overland map also has now all the location that you can actually replay too.
Yes,
right?
Yes, you can go back there and replay it. Some of them will require you to have a Lancelot mission active to be able to go there. while other locations you can go and replay as much as you want, and they're built for it as well.
All right. Great. So now, while we collect a few questions from chat, so I'm just going to check there we go. Fantastic. We already have some questions ready here. So I was going to ask you about your favorite specialization and things, but we already have questions ready, so that's perfect as well. So, Allah, I'm just going to butcher. I apologize beforehand, chat, if I butcher your name. It's always a bit tricky. Alaskan-Kare 911 asks on Twitch, so if you're tier 2, you can still do Landsrad as you currently do? These missions are open after level 5?
Correct.
All right, there's your answer. You want to add?
You have to be faction rank 5, right? Before you can do them, actually.
The missions.
Yeah. So you have to
okay.
you have to have engaged in the faction loop before then. And when you faction rank 5, which I think is currently the maximum, then you get actually another mission that gets you started into this Landsrad loop, basically.
All right, so there you go. Then we have another question from Bueno Flex over on YouTube. Is the progress for you only, or progress for guilds too, in regards to the Landsrad?
This is only for you as a character, basically. But like by doing this, you obviously help your guild and your factions as well. I will mention one thing though, that if you go down the crafting specializations, it's very smart for at least someone in the guild to have done that, because that means that you'll be able to craft all of the different things, or the augments for all the different types of weapons and armors and like that. So if you just do the first step, you can craft like I think it's for one particular weapon, but then you expand and you'll be able to craft for a lot of things later on. So having someone on your guild who can do that will help the entire guild. So in an indirect way, I guess it's for guilds as well.
It's like the old part of the Landsrad that we had before is still there as well, where you actually fight for your faction, and then you have the other thing on top of that for you personally. All right, the real Bajich, I think, on Twitch over asks, 3 missions a week or 3 missions repeatable during the whole week?
So you can do 5 of these. You can have 3 missions at the same time, but you can do 5 of them each day, and then during a week you can do a total of 35.
Well, sorry. You can do as many as you want, but you can only get the bonus rewards for up to 5 a day, basically.
Based on the mnemonic coin thing.
Mnemonic recollection.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Dune lore.
Yeah. Thank you, Joel. All right. Subtatius over on YouTube asks, can you build bases in the new location?
Unfortunately, no.
I mean, they're on the overland map.
They're not meant to be permanent locations for you to settle. It's more of a location you go to do to explore and do an activity and complete something, and then leave. And
Sentinel over on Twitch asks, are these missions repeatable?
Yes, absolutely. That's the whole purpose of them.
Yeah. Light of Zion on Twitch, what happens if you bring another vehicle tethered to your carrier ornithopter to this location, Blushing Cavern?
So when you enter, for example, the Blushing Cavern, what actually happens is similar to when you're going to a social hub. Your ornithopter stays basically stored in outside of the map in a way. So the ornithopter that you saw at the entrance kind of represents your exit locations. You're not bringing your ornithopter and your tethered tethered vehicle to the location. That said, if you have a vehicle backup tool, there will be, for example, the Smuggler's Son, you will be able to place out your vehicle that you have stored in the backup tool. And that's a part of it as well.
I'll mention one thing. You should remember to bring your vehicle back with you afterwards as well, because it will probably get lost to the sands.
Yes, the poor thing. They get orphaned. All right. Sorvina Savage over on Twitch is asking, is there a limit to specializations like there is a level cap for skills?
Time.
Yeah, time, like you said.
Like you said, like a year to get everything. Yeah.
I think currently it goes to 100 on each of them, basically. Yeah. So there's plenty of things to fill out.
Okay. Not Lucky Exe over on Twitch. Is the cost melange or sand for specializations? So spice sand or spice melange is the question.
Is it melange? Okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
actually
I
don't
don't
know.
actually remember that.
Yeah,
but
don't look at me.
yeah.
That I actually don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You don't make it that easy. So yeah. All right.
You are tier 6 probably at this point.
Yeah,
anyway, so,
here's the thing. This is endgame, late game content as well. So by then you're probably established and have like your spice, going, flowing, so to speak, or are part of a guild. Sisha, you don't have to be part of a guild, just exactly. Sisha over on Twitch, will there be some new skins for clothes and equipment? That's probably not specifically to this segment, but we can, answer that as well.
Yes, in Chapter 3 there will be new skins to both vehicles and gear.
Yeah, both free and also in the DLC, of course.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, let me wait a little bit to see if we have more questions coming in. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm actually curious, what is which specialization are you going for? Which specialization tree, basically, and also which specialization are you most excited for? Besides the augments.
For me, it's the augments.
Besides the augments. You'll learn afterwards why they are so cool and why they're so important.
For me, like this update is definitely like if you're a player and you like number go up, this is an update for you as well. And getting into the augment system and the augment loop and applying augments to your gear and weapons is really cool because you get to get more damage or stats out of your gear. Basically taking tier 6 and opening up the max cap of tier 6 basically, which is really exciting. So for me, crafting and then maybe afterwards exploration maybe. Yeah.
I think I'm kind of partial to the inventory one is kind of obvious. Basically, there are some things
Very
that you're just
handy.
going to get,
Yeah.
and also like in the crafting, so that at least you can start on that loop for sure. And there's also some that allow additional augments to be added. So like there is that. But I think that what like overall what has me excited is that if you have a weapon. Tier 6 weapon that you like, you can actually change the personality of the weapon depending on how you augment it. So you can have something that fires maybe, continuous shots, then you can give it burst fire and you can have it be more controlled. And it's like we have weapons that have these aspects in the game, but now you can take one that you like and actually tweak it to the way that you want it to play like. So I think that's pretty cool actually.
That would have been my answer. I just generally like kind of improving the weapon and how it works. Like if you can go from single shot to auto fire or reduce recoil and all that stuff, that's for me. Like that's where I would go. But you have lots of options, and that is also what we wanted to give you, right? Like your way, play the game, play your specialization, and how you like the gameplay you like. So we have 2 more questions. Wait, was there water and fuel? Ultra Beard on YouTube asks. So they didn't know that it was water on the overlap map, water and fuel on the overlap map.
Well, there was a reason why we removed
Exactly.
it.
I was like, I'm gonna come. Yes, exactly. So it was kind of like a bit of a redundant system since you didn't really have to pay attention to it. So off it goes. And then we have the last question from Twitch. Elora Gem is asking, when you go through specialization, will it be lost if you respec your skills? And also, will the spice upgrade be lost each time as well?
No, the new system like that stays. You've earned that basically. So that the missions you've done, they map directly to one of these 5 paths basically, and that stays.
All right. All right. So remember that we will have more Q&As with the other segment plus a main Q&A to kind of catch some additional questions at the very end. So don't hesitate to ask questions. We try to answer as many as we can. But before we go into the next segment, we are taking a quick little break and get ready for our new e-collabs and augmentation and also some combat information. We'll be All right, welcome back, everyone. We have a new face with us. You want to introduce
Oh,
yourself?
hi. My name's
hi.
Alexander. Nice to meet you guys. I happen to be in the middle. Hi.
A new old face, yeah. For the people who haven't actually watched, I hope no one hasn't watched our streams before, but what do you do?
I am a gameplay designer at Funcom for this will be now the year 17.
Damn.
So it's been a hot second.
Yes.
It's been great fun.
We say you're by far, like by now you're like part of the inventory, like
Inventory?
furniture, your
Oof.
furniture,
Oof.
yes, furniture. All right, so this segment is about combat and our scalable new dungeons ecolabs, which is very exciting. So for one, first, we actually do have new weapons
We're going to
in
do that first.
the game. Yes.
let's do that.
We also have some cool clips we can show while you talk about them. Potentially, there you go.
There we go. Clips. Right. So first things first. There's 3 of them. This is the first one. This is our first range addition to the game. This is along the same lines of a flame-based weapon, but instead of being a direct fire flame-based weapon, this is a parabolic. Has a bit of travel time, has a bit of skill ceiling. Players can lob these wonderful balls of fire at their foes. Ideally, you know where your baddies are. You can use spice prescience to expose them, either from behind cover or you've seen them go into cover. And then you proceed to lob the balls of fire near the cover, around it, to force them to go out. Fire goes through shields, applies burning dots, forcing players to act, or NPCs to act. And we can see on screen here, deploying it in relatively nice fashion.
Can I just say, I love the splash effect of that fireball. It looks
great.
so good.
Yeah. I had a wonderful experience with Joel arguing about the naming convention of this thing. I think he ran away to fight the drop bears in Australia after our conversations, but he chose a good, like we have a funny internal name. He chose a great player-facing name.
I have issues remembering it. Pie rocket. Yes.
It's a great name.
Pyro rocket. So it's just like, but I can't remember the name, like for the life of me. Horrible. All right.
Here is another edition. So that was the range edition. This is the first of the 2 melee editions. Here we see our characters equipping a dual dagger weapon. Right now in the game, we have 2 classes of melee weapons that players have available to them on live, which are the dagger animation set and the sword animation set. And here is the first dual weapon, dual dagger animation set. In terms of playstyle, we want to do something different because we have a baseline already. We want it to be a little bit special, a little bit nuanced, a little bit for the connoisseurs to try to explore the amount of depth we have in the system. So these 2 dual daggers really incentivize aggression, focus, and commitment. They are not a great, compared to the sword, AoE weapon, while they're quite tasteful as a single target anti-shield weapon. This clip here doesn't do justice to them truly. I think the players that are playing our internal playtest right now will have a fantastic time with them. Once a character gets up to speed, like we see the jumping sequences there, they will be able to quickly and in chain deploy multiple attacks that penetrate character's shield. As a function of that, they require some commitment, which means you're opening yourself to threats from other characters, which is why they're not a great area of attack weapon, but it allows you to deliver multiple slow
Really
blades
fast.
that penetrate the shields within one window, especially within one window of second wind weakness. So if you outplay your opponent, you blow out their stamina with abilities or your melee attacks, expose them to a second wind window of vulnerability, and you proceed to follow through, massive damage.
So fast, slow blades.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes. Yes.
Very
A bit
cool.
risky, a little bit of commitment, with a little bit of planning, finesse, and you'll get what you want, which is big numbers.
We also see the little clip here, which we're going to talk about it actually in our next section. We're going to talk about story a little bit because those 2 knives are coming from, or this dual.
They come a little bit
coming
late.
from a specific,
Yes,
but
they come a little bit late in the overall progression for stories, but players will get them and they'll have a play with them. So here is the second of the 2 melee editions. Technically speaking, rapiers have been in the game for a while now. They were there at launch, but they mechanically function as extended range daggers. For us, internally, we always felt that we could do better. It was just a case of resource allocation. So here we had the resources and we chose to have something with a little bit more depth and nuance. So I like to use the following term to describe the rapier. It's a offensive defensive weapon. while that may sound a little bit awkward, by this I mean every attack, not every attack, the opening attack of the rapier, as you can see here, the half circle, is technically a parry window. If you time it correctly, you are offensively parrying your opponent. And as well, we can see there's a backstep. So you do not have a block function, but your left click is a parry forward and attack, and your right click is a parry backwards attack. So you choose your distance, you choose your pacing, and you step in and out of range, trying to catch your opponent off guard. And again, like the daggers, to create some nuance and variety, this is not an area of an attack weapon. This is a focused dueling weapon where players try to bait each other out to see who fails the skill checks before they proceed to deliver slow blades.
I love how it feels like a dance
It's
almost.
very
here.
different.
And
It
like,
is so different once you're playing game.
Very rhythm based as well, in a sense.
I just want to mention, like, the skill. I feel that the skill level for required for the rapier is higher. So I can't claim to master it. My favorite is the dual blade. To me, it's much easier to use. I will mention though that we've also equipped NPCs with rapiers, and we found out that was quite hard. So I had to give the direction that, like, let's try not to have more than one rapier in solo content because they're quite aggressive with them.
Which is interesting to say in solo content. We actually get back to that.
Oh, that's a
later
very
as
interesting
well.
word, right?
That's yes. So, but there have also been changes to stamina. How stamina
Right.
works.
So this is an interesting this is an interesting discussion because I'm not sure the best way to take this at. So I'll take it from the player's point of view, right? So the experience for most people is that they feel like their actions do not have weight and value when they deliver them to a target, both in PvE and PvP. That message was received multiple times in our feedback sessions from players, and we've been working through to try to create an interesting experience where everyone is rewarded for the price that they pay for an action and for misplay against an action. So we had a feature that we deployed in patch 1.2 where internally we called it Ghost Dash. I think we have silver ghosts and golden ghosts already in the game now. One of the things that didn't come aligned with this was the appropriate pricing and triggering of this effect for the corresponding state that you meant to exit it with. Said another way, we want players to pay a higher price for dashing out of abilities, which is when you dash, you've been knee charged, and you choose to dash. Okay, that's great, but you pay a high price. You pay a gold price. However, if you had received a stagger from a melee weapon, doesn't matter which melee weapon, and you choose to dash out of it, you only pay a silver price, a medium price. And on the low end of the scale, movement is just cool. Moving around is cool, predicting is cool, evading is cool. It feels great, it looks great, let me feel great, fantastic. The normal dash, when you're not paying anything to get away from something, it's a little bit cheaper. So it's a little bit more easy to use, you feel great when you do it, and you can position yourself to deliver more gameplay effects. The end result of our goal, and this is obviously still in balancing, it's been in our internal NDA playtests, players are going through it, we need to find the right actual numbers. The direction for this is that we want players to commit, to succeed or fail, and then pay the appropriate price for their choice.
Yeah.
The actual price, is it going to be 80 stamina? Is it going to be 70 stamina? Is it going to be 50 stamina? We'll figure out in playtesting.
All right.
If you dash away from an ability, it should be expensive. From a stagger, medium. And just normal traversal, cheapest.
Yeah. So we will have to test all of this. As like
This is
needs
not
to
just
be
for players,
balanced,
this is
of
for
course.
also NPCs that we'll see our
Yes.
players experience in a minute.
Yeah, exactly. Now, there's also changes to respecking, how respecking works.
So one of the other points of feedback that we really wanted to get on top of is that the initial implementation we had for the respec system was relatively brute force hammer solution where you had a static cooldown window that you had to wait before you could try another playstyle. We have some pretty big commitment windows for amount of progression, and we honestly just decided, we should just let players do more interesting things. Let them try different playstyles, let them experience different things. Let them just respec a little bit more often. So instead of having a static window, you pay an increasing amount of spice cost to respec more often. And you can just respec more often, but the price goes up.
Sounds good, I think, at least to me. We'll see how.
Completely
of course,
narratively correct.
Yeah, but also like how we get feedback on it and things. We'll adjust accordingly if we see that something needs to be adjusted. So now we talked already also previously about faction ranks, about the repeatable missions, the PvE content there, and specializations specifically. Now we also have you actually mentioned it, we mentioned it briefly earlier, have not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 new dungeons and ecolabs in the game, which is super exciting.
Indeed.
So we can actually jump into some gameplay as well while we talk about these particular dungeons and how they tie into the system of further progression and specialization and all that. And
yeah, so you can get Landsrod missions to do these as well, but like whereas the Landsrod missions are focused on your own power, like increasing your skills with the specializations, this will tie closely into the power of your gear basically. So you're going to have to be running these a few times so that you get the things to craft for the augments and things like that. And even if you, let's say you get schematics that you don't care for, you can actually recycle those and turn them into.
I think we have to take a step back because we haven't actually explained what augments are,
okay.
right? So because maybe we can start with that,
Sure.
because
So start with augments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So augments are things that are abilities in a way that you slot into your weapons. So you can see here these are level 1 augments. You see that on the circle. It has just one pip on it. They go up to level 5 basically. And then for each weapon, for instance, you start by the lowest ones you have. You can only place 1 in, but then you can place up to 5 into them at the most, basically. So you can really that's how you change the personality of your weapon if you want to, or you can just have damage numbers increase and things like that.
We can go a bit more into that later. I just wanted to take that a bit earlier since we're talking about it already. But now let's talk about the dungeons and how those are actually important also when it comes to these augments and why these dungeons are interesting.
Yes, you will get things here that you will need in order to craft to craft your weapons, use your weapon schematics and your augment schematics that you have to learn, and then you can craft these augments. And you can put them into the suitable type, whether that be armor or different weapon types and things like that. And even schematics that you don't care for, like I mentioned, you can actually recycle those, turn them into fragments that are then to be used in your crafting. So it's not a waste, even if you got something that you didn't need specifically.
So now what we see here, maybe, I'm not sure who of you wants to comment on what exactly we see here. Like before you go into a dungeon, you have
I can start.
Scaling, yes.
Basically, so we have now dungeon scaling so that you can challenge yourself. You can start at 1, which will be easy, go all the way, well, quite a long way basically on the challenge levels. And depending on the challenge level that you pick, it will of course increase the challenge the higher you go, but the benefits and what you get for doing the higher challenge level are of course beneficial. And I don't think it's in this build, but we've actually today, at least me for the first time, played dungeons with a new system that's quite exciting, which is not only do we scale the obvious things like hit points and damage output of enemies, but also depending on how many players you are going into the dungeon, we also scale the number of enemies. This means that as a solo player, you will get a solo experience. A group of 4 will get a 4-group experience. But you can also play with 2 and 3, and the numbers and everything else will be scaled towards that. And also the difficulty of the challenges will be dependent on where you set the bar, basically.
And we also just saw when Camille put it all the way back, you actually get denied. Sometimes you can't actually set it to that difficulty level because you need to beat the previous one first to be able to go through.
Yeah, this is correct. So you start at, I think you can go up to 5 in the beginning in how we have it now, and then you have to start increasing the challenge. Now, interestingly, You might be able to pull off a level 5 challenge without having upgraded your gear or anything like that, but it will get challenging real quick because we expect after that to actually have gear that is augmented as you go through.
Yeah. You see here the modifiers as well for the different difficult scaling and ranking. Plus, of course, you see what you actually get, like drop rates for specific thing. Where, of course, the augmentation come into play again that you already talked about a little bit. We see that on the side. But yeah, let's. I think we're just going to jump in and see what those look like. We have a team of 4 here.
And before we jump into it, I would like to show off the personal light that we worked on. As you can see here, Camille on the left side there, he has a personal light with him. Obviously, it's more helpful in dark environments, but it actually follows where he looks quite effectively. It's a much needed improvement for what was the personal light, basically.
Yes, it's a complete rework of your personal light. It looks really cool too, like your little floaty body there.
And as we can see here, we're going into a poison dungeon. Someone said it would be a good idea to have a static compactor with you. I don't know why, but you know, there might be a good reason for it. And all these dungeons, they have five different themes. So each of the 5 new dungeons have a different theme. This one is poison, but we also have electricity, we have darkness, we have fire, and we have radiation, and they play quite differently. Obviously, the bosses are different, and the bosses tie into the theme of the dungeon.
The main vibe of they're very different. Yeah.
Yeah, and going to a poison dungeon, it would be a good idea to actually have skills that mitigate poison damage. Going into the radiation dungeon, good idea to bring a radiation suit. Electricity, I don't think we really have mitigation, but don't get hit by the blasts.
I think don't get hit is generally a good thing for like dungeons and electricity specifically. But yeah, but we see that our team is making its way here, making their way. So also we have those doors, of course, that we can talk about as well.
We have, at least internally, and I've called them the blood doors, basically, where and this is live already. We've done some tweaks to them, and there are still a couple more tweaks coming, actually. But they spawn enemies at intervals, basically, to provide challenge.
You also see here that there are specific traps as well that players have to be careful about, environmental hazards and things like that, of course. I actually like how organic this dungeon looks. I think it's very like, I don't want to say Last of Us, but like very organic and poisony, and I really like what they did with the dungeon. Yeah, so you do have to clear those rooms, of course, the blood rooms, like we had in some of the earlier eco-labs as well, the T6 ones. Is anyone using dual blades?
Yeah, and Camille, I saw him use dual blades.
Yeah.
Dual blades work really well if you manage to stagger an enemy for a while and just keep going, because your speed of attack accelerates, and they all do damage through the shields, basically. So it's quite effective one-on-one at least.
I'm using great guards on him. I don't remember which difficulty was it difficulty 5 that went in here with? Oh yeah, we can, exactly, difficulty 4. Yeah, exactly, of course, yeah.
That's actually reasonably hard, can be.
Well, they can handle it. The team can do this. I probably could have gone to difficulty 5. They have a good mix of different playstyles here too.
Yeah. There's some need charging going on.
Just healing up a little bit, make sure we're ready for...
And we've done some updates to the signaling of the waves, basically, because sometimes you might feel that, oh, did the encounter actually end, or is it bugged? And then we have actually some signaling we start with blinking lights to show, hey, this is a good time to reload, to get your buffs on, things like that. And then an audio signal that actually signals, well, now it's on. And it's simple mechanics, but they they are quite useful.
Now we actually saw some loot there, also from a chest. Yeah, I'm assuming chat is actually able to hear those audio cues. We can't, of course.
Yeah.
No, of course, just we can't because we can't hear the game sound right now. All right.
Yeah. So Mary Ban is doing well.
Yeah, you see, they're basically destroying those poisonous pods first, so they don't get, or they're trying to anyway, so it doesn't. They just explode in the worst kind of time when they're already engaged with like additional ads, which is a good idea to just get rid of them early on.
I might mention one change that we're doing basically, because when you go into here, it's quite easy to get poisoned. When you go DBNO and then you revive, currently the effect stays with you, which is quite annoying. So we're actually clearing all the debuffs that you have on you when you revive from DBNO.
Okay, another quality of life change here, basically. You see also the pyrocket being used. The pyrocket doesn't have friendly fire, but you have to be careful not to damage yourself. And it's just really nice to, if someone goes into cover, just to get those NPCs out, or like area denial, as you mentioned as well earlier.
Right, here we have a dual blade. Oh. I'm not used to burrow that.
Just thinking the same. Someone is
You can of course
very
see your
drilling.
friends' personal lives as well, which, talking about optimizations and everything, isn't always the case, but you at least see the lights from everyone, which is quite handy if you go to the darkness dungeon, for instance.
We have an asset afterwards where we show a little bit what the other dungeons look like as well. But of course we want to make our way here to the final chamber to also talk about something that's new and that we put into the game as a foundation to build upon as well for future updates.
Yeah, so we've done a lot of UI work actually when it comes to the bosses and everything. We've been quite conservative with some new elements in the past, but we're going all in on these unique bosses.
We should take it already a little bit ahead. So we do actually have now unique boss fights in the game, like a first version of it that we're going to build upon. But it's definitely something that I'm very excited about specifically. So once our team here is getting rid of those lost ads. Doing their best. They're doing really well, though.
They're doing well.
They're doing really well. Because those dungeons are not easy, especially if you crank up the difficulty as well. Like I said, though, I mean, there is kind of a limit where you won't get rewards anymore, right? But you can actually crank up. There's no limit to how difficult you want them to be. You can actually go to difficulty 100. So I feel like guilds and groups of players will challenge each other in like who is the first one who can get and prove that they finished the dungeon on difficulty 100, for example, right? So I think that's, at least for me, because I like speedrunning, I like, first world raids, encounters and things like that. So you can actually do that here too. It's like, who's the first one to beat difficulty 100? Also, that'd be fun to watch too, I think. That'd be super exciting to watch.
One of the things that was on the difficulty to select screen was the current highest level of difficulty they've completed this specific dungeon on, but also, like you said, for time running, the amount of time that it took you to do it on. For example,
But that's only for yourself and for
it is
your...
only for yourself, yes. It is
For
a
now.
personal score for now. We need to see where we expand with it to make it
Exactly.
a more prestige system for everybody to see instead of having to share screenshots. I believe our players are just about wrapped up with this space. They're just looting, scooting, and
Making
exploring.
sure, yeah,
Nothing-
gotta make sure
nothing
you
gets
don't
left
miss,
behind.
exactly,
Nothing gets left behind.
don't miss
There are
any
some cases
goodies
where
here.
you want ammo, some cases where you want med packs, sometimes where you have to clean poison, otherwise things start to take a little bit too hard, and players, well, if you run out of health packs, you start to panic. Cooperative mining at its best. Everyone gets a door hinge.
Right, making
Nice,
sure you
in.
don't More loot boxes. So we do see a few new items here that are of course used then for what we're showing afterwards.
Oh, some NPCs, some more clearing. There we go.
The last hurrah before the big bad.
Oh yeah. The calm before the storm.
Yeah.
You just saw Camille take care of someone with a dual blaze, and you saw that he just kept going. It looked easy there, but he was also alone. It becomes, of course, more challenging when there are more enemies attacking you. But I love the dual blaze. I think there.
Yeah, be careful not to be overwhelmed
Yeah.
by it. All right.
And I think we're approaching the destination. So if you can see here, this is obviously a good place to reload, have some spice beer, get ready to use your prescience, and take on the boss.
As a god of your team. I don't know how many times I, in other games as well, ran into the boss fight and others were locked out by mistake.
There we go. There's a boss.
Alrighty. And so yeah, we do, that's what you mentioned earlier, that we have done user interface work as well, specifically for the boss fight.
So we indicate the faces of the on the bar there. You also see right now it's blinking. This means that the boss currently is not taking damage. There is more work to be done, so we're having another go at that to make it exceptional, to make it completely clear. I just wanted to mention it so people are aware. It's almost unfair, 4 against 1 here.
Also rooting for the boss. I mean, our team is also very experienced, so it's still like...
Yeah. No, he has a few tricks up his sleeve as well, so...
Up his tight suit. Sorry, are you okay?
Oh, yes.
All right.
That's what I need.
Yeah, just doing something.
Identify yourself.
Oh, that's a one.
He brought in some friends. So we are in the final stages of, or well, in the last stages to finalize this, but there's still balancing work to be done, some kinks to iron out here and there. But overall, it's been very good progress on these bosses, I think.
He's also deploying like little additional poison things now, seeds now on the floor
Yeah.
that we need to keep, to make sure to keep those in check.
Incoming!
It's interesting when I played, at least I find myself constantly, in general, switching between melee and ranged. But I find that for some reason when I go against the bosses, I generally start playing as a melee fighter.
Interesting. Why is that, do you think?
I mean, yeah, I'm not sure actually. I haven't thought much about it. I just had that realization actually. No, because I saw that the most of the players here were actually using melee.
Yes. I mean, Camille here is using a little bit of a hybrid between ranged and melee, of course. But,
Alright, so we've gotten him down to half health now.
Yeah, he spawned way more of these poison things.
Yeah.
now.
So these poison things
Just like
are it's good
activating
in
them
the
again.
group to actually have someone be on static compactor duty, take care of those, so that the rest of the team can focus on the boss himself.
Some good damage in there.
Feeling gas, are we?
Do you need some water?
No, I'm
Are you good?
coffee, but yes, I apologize.
No, that I have some water here if you want.
No.
So yeah, so this is then challenge level 4, which is still geared to, or yeah, balanced towards not using augments, and we can crank it up to 100. So people will likely find their limit at some point.
So this is a more straightforward fight right now. While once you go into a tier where you do need augments, they're gonna get
Yeah.
spicier without not meaning to be that jokey here. No, not that jokey. Bad joke.
Yeah, if it's never a bad joke.
So you can really take out a few of these
Yeah, he's
poison pods
focusing
here.
on taking out the poison bulbs here to make sure that it doesn't come and bite them in the butt, like literally. Well, not literally, but add to the challenge of the overall poison that's coming in as well.
Yes! Charge me up.
They make it look very easy because they kind of know how it works as well. And oh, okay.
Yeah, they probably practice a bit.
Now he gets.
So a good time to use pressure.
Yes, probably a good time.
Right, he's on the last pip there.
Breathe deep and die.
Reminds me also a bit of Alien with the eggs. The eggs in the, like, you know, in the mist thingy.
Yeah.
Not to cross IPs here.
Seek cover!
Alright, so getting close.
I keep wondering, like, what is the story behind the suit that he's wearing? That's what I want to know now. I need to check with the narrative team what exactly the reason for this is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there is some kind of reason because there's always like. All right.
I think in the past we had some issues with not really knowing which was the boss, and suddenly you killed the boss. But I
Oh
think
God.
at least
Okay, that's yeah.
at least that confusion should be cleared away through this.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. All right.
And then let's get the loot.
Our
Here we go.
big chest.
New unique.
Some augments as well.
Yep.
The Ancient Way, which is not only available in the Deep Desert now, you can also get it in other boxes.
So these are schematics,
Yeah.
augment schematics that you're able to get here.
Exactly, and then
that
you have
you
to
then-
exactly, you have to learn them just like you do any schematic, and then they have charges, and then you can once you have the components and everything, you can of course build them and
Exactly.
slot them into your weapon.
We're actually going to look at that afterwards because Camille is going to go back to the base now and we'll look at how that works with the augmentations, crafting and everything. Well done, team. Thank you
Well
very
done.
much.
Thank you.
While he goes back to his base and gets ready for showing us other things, we can actually look at some of the other ecolabs, what they look like, some of the other kind of what the vibe is with these particular ecolabs.
Maybe you want to take this one,
Sure,
Alex?
absolutely. I apologize. I had to control that coughing. fit. That
No,
was
don't
wildly
worry about
effective.
it. I just didn't want you to die
Sorry,
here live on
people.
stream if
Yes.
possible.
So on screen, we're seeing a couple of the other dungeons. This is, for the example, the boss from the Darkness lab. We can see the Darkness ecological testing station here
With the nice
with the absolute lovely
personal globe.
personal globe. You'll see some of the environmental shots. This is the radiation testing station. Well, internally, we call it the radiation testing station. It has a wonderful set of lore, has a proper name, and a full-on narrative that players get to explore. The electricity testing station, again, internal name, has a full-on backstory, and players get to explore and understand and add to their experience of Arrakis. Let's see what the other one is. And this one, I believe, is this the fire station? Yes, it might be. I think it is. Is it? I think it is. It's hard to tell unless we see the boss. Yes, there she is. The hero. The people's hero.
on fire.
On fire.
This girl is on fire.
It's
okay,
amazing.
oh god.
It's amazing.
Apologies.
And this one we just completed a moment ago with the team working through the internally named Poison Dungeon.
Poison eco station. All right, so we are waiting for Camille to be ready to show us what it actually looks like. How are you going to use those schematics that you're getting from those dungeons? So again, these dungeons are actually scalable, so you can either go in solo, you can go in with 2, 3, or 4 players. That will scale according to how many people you are playing with, and if you're solo. And you can also choose your difficulty level.
Exactly.
And depending on that, the loot scales as well, of course.
And it's worth mentioning that they're actually instanced as
Yes.
well.
That's
So
Yeah,
yeah.
very important to mention that. Yes, yeah, exactly. And of course, replayable many times as you like. So now we're at the base. So let's see what we can actually do and what these augments look like as well. Stats.
All right, so I assume that we have some weapons or some items we want to augment. And here you see the various schematics, like garment schematics, melee weapons, and the various ranged weapons and things like that. So you
And
can
how
see
many there are as well.
there's quite a few.
lots of
I'm not sure
augments.
how many, but it's a bunch. And then Camille will. Okay, here we see the level of the augment here. It's level 1, so you still have some way to go, even if you get your weapon fully decked out.
Yes, that's something else to mention, that depending on which dungeon you do or like the difficulty, you also have the higher chance to get higher tier versions of that specific augment. So to mention, that's one for me. Anything that can help with recoil, that's for me.
Yeah, and it's worth mentioning that these augments they can increase your stats basically, but there's actually some random number generation going on as well. So even if you have the highest level of these, do you actually get the jackpot and get the full,
The max
the max.
possible
Yeah,
number.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So here we have the augmentation station, and we see here the Halex pick, I believe it says.
Yes, Alex pick.
And he has 2 augments that are relevant for this. He could have many more, but they wouldn't show up because they are the different augments are tailored towards different weapon types and armors and everything. But here we have 2 options. I have to sit a little bit closer
It's
to
the
read
blade
it.
flex
Blade
coating. Blade flex coating.
Blade flex
Flexi coating.
coating, yes. And he has another one. What's the
That's the blade optimizer.
And you can see the stats here below as well. And then he's okay. And here we have for the Pyrocket, we have the Pyrocket quick loader.
Increases ammo capacity.
Yeah, and we have the Disruptor quick loader and the amplifier. So the better your unique is, the more of these you can actually put in. So you can have level 5 augments, and you can have up to 5 of them in the in, let's say, a weapon, and then you can hope for the jackpot for all of them, so you can have the maximum of everything. So yeah, so that's how that works, I guess. Yeah, now here he is ready to attach an augmentation to the weapon. It cannot be undone. So once you commit, that's how your weapon will be forever, basically. But of course, for some of them, you can add more than just one.
You also see that it reduces the durability slightly. We also saw that there was a little bit of a penalty to it, so that's also kind of a thing that some augments are kind of payoffs, right? They might have a really big stat increase, but they might have another slight different payoff.
But it is worth noticing that even though there is a durability hit overall, you can actually get twice the total of durability, but it might get reduced to, let's say, 170%. So even though it gets reduced, they overall have better durability than if you didn't augment them, actually.
So here we also see the range that is possible on these specific augments, right? You see like from 3 to 5%. So we can roll the lowest potentially, or that here actually from 2 to 8%, right?
Yep.
So you can be very lucky. You can use specialization actually to help you increase the chance to get to roll higher here.
Yep.
But yeah, there's a little bit of an RNG and a gambling aspect to it as well.
We're crafting. Let's see what we get.
In the advanced weapons fabricator. Let's see if he's lucky. Camille is generally very lucky with his rolls. I keep saying like I'm just gonna have him craft my augments. 4%.
4%.
All right.
That was on the lower end, wasn't it?
It was it's in the middle. Like
Okay.
I think it was one that was 2 to 8, so it wasn't that lucky.
Yeah.
It wasn't super bad, but it was definitely not. Yeah. Well, we'll try again.
And of course, you don't commit until you put it actually in the weapon. So if you're not happy, you could.
You do craft kind of the augment separately, and then you slot the one in that you're really happy with.
Yeah.
Now it has 7%, so that's definitely better. I'm assuming he will use the 7% unless he rolls an 8% now. There we go.
All right.
Very lucky. I saw that. He went, yeah. All right, nice. Awesome.
All right.
That was nice. Almost planned. That was actually really great. 4, 7, and 8. There we go.
Yeah. So here you have some fragments. They are used to actually craft these augments.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, like in the dungeon, you will also find the additional material, the new material that you need to craft those things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. And then all these combined specialization, the new unique weapons from the dungeons, the augmentations go into, you can really customize and specialize your character how you want it to be, like also for combat here, but then also if you want to do something else, like for crafting or for, like I mentioned earlier, you can actually be the crafter that is known for being the best one at making augmentations for you, because they just have the best skills and the best chances at rolling high augmentations. So you might not want to do those yourself because of course they're tradable, which makes sense in that sense. All right, let me just get over my list here to see if we covered, I think we did cover pretty much everything now. Yes, so, which means we of course now again have time to answer some questions. I'm taking a look here if... Perfect. Nicole behind the scenes is already ready with questions. All right, let's get right into it. Patrick Walker, N9V or N9W asks Nupo, are dual blades being added to a skill tree? Is it part of the new Lance Rat specializations? Everyone gets it.
Everyone can get it. Do this. I apologize. I'm sorry, I forget the microphone.
Yeah.
Everyone gets it. It comes online a little bit late. You have to do the story, find out what happens, to who it happens, maybe help them, assist them, and be rewarded for your efforts. It is just another item in the game that everyone can get access to. Please enjoy.
All right. Sounds good. Like Chulan over on YouTube is asking, so with dual daggers, how does it work with equipment? We need 2 weapon slots
No.
for daggers?
It is considered a standalone item that you put on your hotbar. When you press it, you happen to have 2 daggers in your hands.
Sounds very convenient. Bams over on Twitch is asking, if you pay the spice tax for spec time reduction, is that a permanent reduction in the spec cooldown?
It is not a permanent reduction. It is a increasing and decreasing amount of spice that you must pay based on how often you use it within a time window. Said another way, if I respec 3 times in 5 minutes, my price is going to go up. But if I then proceed to not respec for 3 or 4 days, it's going to go back down again.
All right. I think that answers that quite nicely. Texasaurus on YouTube is asking, do existing testing stations also get this difficulty scaler or just the new ones?
Just the new ones. But we have plans about taking the older content and doing something interesting with it. Stay tuned.
Ooh, exciting. The Solid Milk on Twitch is asking, is there a maximum amount of people that can join your testing station group? And also, if it's higher than 4, can you have more 4 people in a party now? So can you have more than 4 people in a party now? No. it's
These
still
are
limited to
instances.
4.
Your party size is 4. You can do it as a 4Z, 3Z, 2Z, or as a 1Z.
Onesie, twosie. Okay, never heard that before. Like that. Otto Biardo on YouTube is asking, can you enter dungeons with less than 4 players?
Yes, absolutely.
As you just mentioned, you can go in solo, you can go with a friend, with 2 friends, or in a full group. And the dungeon will scale accordingly.
Yeah. And there is something that players need to be aware of. It's like you have to group up before you actually go there, because that defines who is allowed into the dungeon.
Well,
So-
before you interact with the original door that we saw?
No, before you actually go into the
zone.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah, before you go into the
prepare in Hago
instance.
Basin, fly there, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Sephiroth on YouTube is asking, what sort of rewards can be expected in the dungeons? Yeah, we can go with that
saw
again.
some of that
That's
stuff,
yeah,
right?
we can just go with that in detail again as well. So you have like the new materials, of course. You have the old things as well, like the servox and all that, like the things that you need for crafting. William,
Yeah, and you
want
have
to-
unique schematics or schematics for uniques as well. Yeah, I mean the different. You have the augment fragments that we'll use and things like that. So yeah, the crafting components and yeah. So like I said initially, the Landsrod missions, just doing those will actually be to power your character. But going through the dungeons, that gives you the stuff that you need to power your gear, so to speak, to get the augments loop going. So
Yeah.
they're part of the same. And what's interesting, I think, is that you're also doing, even if you don't necessarily care, you're doing it for your faction. So you might be very specific and go to the Landsrad and get that board. Get 5 in a row, for instance, but you might not even care, but you're still helping your faction by doing these things as you're helping yourself as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's neat.
That's cool. Yeah, that's good to mention that as well. Sir C Phoenix Fire is asking, are the augments going to stack? It's a good question.
Yes. So like I said, some uniques you can only put 1 augment on, but then you have others that you can put 2, 3, 4, and 5, and they do stack.
All right. So make sure you get a unique that has more than 1 slot, and then go nuts, so to speak. Nilos over on Twitch is asking, will boss HP scale based on number of players?
Yes.
Yes,
All right.
and challenge level.
Yes. Texaurus on YouTube is asking, can we get the boss armor as well?
That's interesting. Let's talk about it.
TBD.
Exactly.
Stay tuned. Mystical Miavar over on Twitch is asking, if my group was to do tier 1 difficulty, can we go right back in at tier 2 and have the place be reset? Or do we still have to wait for reset timers?
No, there's no reset timer. But what you have to do, actually, you have to leave the dungeon. But you just have to leave, so you'll find yourself on the Overland map,
Yeah.
and then you can go back immediately.
That makes sense for the dungeon to just repopulate with the difficulty level that you want to do. Yeah, that makes sense. Right, making sure I'm not hopping over any questions here that I've been shared. Kitty Hawks is asking, I'm seeing a lot of machines that are colored. Ha! Are we able to do that with the next update? Can we color all of our machines? We can actually answer that question in our next segment, so we'll get back to that. But the answer is yes. Okay. Yes. Aden Duner on YouTube is asking, can any of these augments be gathered via PvP content?
This is geared towards PvE.
Yeah. All right. This was the last question, actually. Perfect. All right. So this means some really good questions, by the way. Thank you for that. Keep them coming for our next segment as well. All right. So now we are going, before we're going into a quick break, just quickly what we're going to talk about. For those of you who are curious, we're going to talk about the story, continuation of the story, and also quite a lot of quality of life changes that are coming your way in Chapter 3. And now we're taking a quick break again. Welcome back, everybody, to our story segment. And we also talk about quality of life changes that are coming your way with Chapter 3. And we have a new guest, and also very Christmassy guest. You have I'm actually a bit sad because I was considering wearing a Christmas sweater too. But I have to find a way to put my microphone on. I was like, hair's always in the way. So I opted out, but I love the fact that you are both very Christmassy, very holiday-y. Would you like to introduce yourself quickly, Niels?
Absolutely. I'm Nils, producer for the narrative team and a couple of other things as well. I've been here with Ole and have been shaming Natasha for not properly dressing up. We're working on that for next year.
Yeah, I will work on it, I promise.
But for now, I'm here to help talk about the story.
Yes. Also a face that we've seen on the stream before, and Ole Andreas is of course back, but Ole Andreas, production director on Dune Awakening. Yes, so we'll talk story. There might be some spoilers, so if you haven't played to the story so far and you do want to avoid spoilers, you should mute right now. Niels can actually, once he's done talking, we won't like do huge spoilers, but we want to talk a little bit about what has happened so far. Not in detail, but we might actually talk about some things that are spoilery. What has happened so far? Where are we going? What's happening or what's coming up? Well, obviously not what's coming up, but what can we expect? Some teasers maybe. So if you don't want to hear that, mute us, and then Niels can do some hand thing. It's like, now you can come back, and if that works. But anyway, Niels, tell us about the story.
Absolutely. I'll try to improvise something exciting for you, and maybe you'll know. Yes, definitely going into spoiler territory, because there's really no way to keep talking about what's going to happen in the next chapter without at least recapping a little bit of where we've been. So, for those of you still listening, you will know that we've, at the end of the launch of the game, we discovered a couple of things. The main one being, you are not who you thought you were. You are, in fact, a Gola. And we were also left with the big question of, who is it that you were originally made from? In chapter 2, we started exploring that question a little bit more. We went down 2 different little story threads. One, Fenring's agents being picked off. That whole mystery kind of culminating with finding our wonderful friend Taurus dead and replaced, impersonated by a face dancer. So the Benitelexu clearly having some level of involvement in what's going on. And separately from that, we also got to meet up with Aristay again. She had some harsh revelations thrown her way, very awkward.
Let's not talk about that.
Let's not.
Let's not talk about that.
But we also tried to figure out, like, who is it that you really are? And these are the threads that we're picking up on again here with chapter 3. So we get a little bit of a hint or a clue as to where the face dancer might have ended up, and we are on the prowl looking for them again. On the way there, the first piece of content we're going to interact with is the Art of Canley, or this hidden away, unsanctioned arena near Harco, where I'll admit we took some inspiration from the books or from the people who watched the second movie, the arena on Giri Prime. And here you'll get an opportunity to get a sense of what it's like to fight through the kind of battles that gladiators of old would. It'll be quite fun. We're going to see a little bit of a preview here from a fight between 2 people that those of you who really pay attention might recognize. Most of you will not, because you won't have heard their names before. But these are the people who were in that cell with you back earlier in the game the first time you interacted with Taurus. You'll get to have some more fun interactions with them as well later on through the game, as we are also introducing a continuation of the faction storyline. That also ties into some of the Landsred stuff that we'll talk more about later.
Yes, I am personally very excited that we kind of reunite with another friend of ours as well. That I am really, I just really like that character. Like,
I'm similarly a very big fan. I mean, so we got to meet up with Aristay again in chapter 2, and it
That
wouldn't
too, yes.
be fair to the lovers of the Harkonnen if we did not give them some similar fan service. So expect to potentially get a little glimpse of the Na Baron himself again sometime soon.
okay, so yeah. Also, what I just wanted to mention is that I think I mentioned that to you before, and also the narrative team specifically, is that I really love the fact that we have those characters that you know from potentially only the movies, but many of us know from the books, and I love that we have the opportunity to make them more nuanced, you know, like not like black and white, good and evil, like this character I hate, this character I love, and give them within the lore and within the universe, kind of like a believable and meaningful kind of character arc as well, and a little bit of a more nuanced character.
No, absolutely. I think with Fade, I mean, one of the most exciting things was getting to develop him kind of beyond the point that we were allowed to see him in the books, right? Spoilers for those who have not seen the movies or read the books. He does pass away very tragically. Maybe not so tragically. But obviously in our timeline, it's been 10 years since, and he's had a chance to develop a lot, and like extrapolating what that character would be like by this point with the experiences that he's had. And, in the world where Paul is not, and instead there's a lovely young woman who he was intended to be wed to, that's been really, really, really exciting. And we think you'll have some very fun interactions with him.
Yeah. I personally really love that aspect, and I still think that while we're exploring that, we also managed to stay really true to the actual universe and, the root of the characters and all that. So I think it's actually very exciting, specifically. Yes. So something that we're going to touch upon in the quality of life changes, I think we can actually already, we've seen some cool cinematics here, also that we saw in the announcement trailer too from the story. So I'm personally very excited to see where it's going. Obviously, we will continue on the story as well for those of you who really like playing through the main story and also know the lore and then kind of connect the dots and everything. Because the narrative team has been working really hard. They're fantastic writers too. So I'm personally very excited for you to play through this and see where this is going. Now we're going into quality of life changes as well.
This was my attempt at the movement. I don't know how to tell them to that the spoiler is over. We'll see.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe
okay.
they'll figure it out.
You can come back in. It's fine.
Yes.
Forgot about that. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for remembering to bring everyone back in as well. All right. So, Ole Andreas, we have talked about so many things. New system, new mechanics, as we talked about, based on player feedback and a foundation to build upon as well with new exciting things. But besides all of that, we also have quality of life changes in Chapter 3.
Yes. We do read different forums, Reddit, Discord. We listen. We watch YouTube videos. We do read the feedback that people are giving us, and then we try to incorporate that into our plans. And some of those plans match up with chapters like this, and then they turn into quality of life features, which also then sometimes feeds well into the rest of the gameplay loops that we have. So I can start with mentioning the personal glow globe or the personal light that we talked about earlier, and I've seen a few times already. It's one, I think it's a really good addition to Chapter 3 because it works really well with the Darkness Dungeon and a few other of the locations, which are kind of dark location, and it takes it gives you a light companion. It's a really cool addition, I think. And then, in addition to the new Endgame revamp stuff and the additions to Landsrad, we have also added a faction chat to the game as part of Chapter 3. This is going to be exciting. So as soon as you reach, I think it's faction rank 2 right now, you will unlock the new faction chat, and then you can basically chat globally in the entire the world that you're on regarding anything faction rated, so you can scheme and make some nice plans.
You can also have a spine there, of course.
Oh, sounds like somebody has plans.
I mean, I'm a Harkonnen at heart. Of course, I need to.
Yeah, no, it's cool. So then you can start talking about we want to, like, if you have a Landsrad tile that you really want to coordinate around, you can kind of coordinate using that chat, which is really nice. In the Deep Desert, we've made some changes. I can touch a little bit upon those. Mainly cleaning up a little bit around the shield wall. So we made the shield wall now into one continuous segment with ramps even leading down to the desert. You can see it on the screen here. So you now can drive your ground vehicles all the way up and down the shield wall, the ramps basically. And I know a lot of you guys love doing death races in the deep desert using your tread wheels and sand bikes and whatnot. So now you have a way to get up again as well. So it's really cool. I do want to mention that we have talked about this in a developer update in the past. Our intention is with time to return the deep desert back to its original vision is our intention here. So I just wanted to mention that as part of this as well.
Yeah.
What else do we have? I think the placeable swatches we can go into next. I think it's been seen a few times already, and it's kind of exciting. I really love it. Finally, quite a few of your placeables or your machines you can now add swatches to, and a lot of these swatches are also rewards as part of the new content that you'll have. So now you can have some really unique and personally crafted and tailored or customized bases that you can
also to
build.
answer the question from Kitty Hawks from earlier.
Yes.
Was asking about
Kitty Hawks
nicely
was
spotted, by the way, very
spotted.
Nicely spotted. I wonder if other people actually.
I'm really
noticed that
excited
as well.
about this. The team really did a good job there. Yes, another thing is I do want to give a shout out to the base reconstruction tool, even though that was a part of the patch that we just did. It is such a massive update that the team was working on, and it seems to be well received, and it allows the players to take a break if they need to, but it's also a great tool for moving your base between different locations or even between different sieges if you want to move it to a different siege. And a really nice quality of life on that base reconstruction tool, which I don't think get enough credit, is you can press X while you're placing it, and it snaps to the original location. Because a lot of people build bases quite intricately into terrain or like in a location where it's really hard to, like it's really hard if you're going to try and make it go back there. So you snap it back and that's perfect. So then you can take your base, move to a different siege, and then you snap it back right there if you want to.
If the space is free, of course.
If the space is free.
Yes.
But there's plenty of sieges. And then I just want to mention that this also ties into our future plans around character transfer and server merges, which there will be more information on soon. That's a different update. And then lastly, the vehicle relocation mode, which is currently slated for Chapter 3. We're testing it now in the NDA PTC, and then we'll test it in the public test client soon as well, which allows you, so if you have a vehicle that's stuck somewhere or it's on the same map as you and you just wanted to relocate it to you, you can use that functionality and you can relocate your vehicle to you, which has been a highly requested feature. So all of these good things are coming in Chapter 3. I'm super excited to share it with you, and keep giving us feedback and keep telling us what you need and want.
I still remember back when we were early on in testing and I had my very first buggy, and that was when the physics were a bit different too. And I managed to lodge it in between a really tight gap, and I couldn't get it out because we didn't have like the system in place we have now. So I couldn't take it apart either and stuff, and I was just lost. It was just lost there. It's just like, I'm a horrible driver in games. I'm a really good driver. I'm a very good driver, like in real life, I swear. I think my partner, my boyfriend would agree to that. He better. But in games, I'm absolutely horrible. I'm really glad we have that function in game now. Just gonna say that.
Well,
all right, so sorry.
No, well, even if you're a bad driver in the game, we have a tool for you now.
Now we have a tool for that. Yeah, we should make that our motto. We have a tool for that. You know, like, do you have a question? We have a tool for that. You have an issue? We have a tool for that. Anyway, we do actually have some questions now for this segment as well. All right, so. The Trump Cat on Twitch is asking. The Trump Cat, sorry, is on Twitch is asking, can you romance Fedrosa? Asking the real questions here. I like it.
Look forward to the future.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not confirming or denying anything, but we have been joking around about it every now and then. There will be some fun things for people who would like to romance him, certainly coming in here. We had some very good voiceover sessions with the actor, and he he leaned into it well.
Oh man, that's exciting. Okay, all right, there we go. I wasn't expecting the answer. I didn't know that either, by the way. So thank you for asking that question. Kelly T over on Twitch is asking, can we get that Atreides blade the guy has in the pit? I actually don't remember.
From the cinematic?
The dual? No, not the dual blades, right? Because those, of course, you can get.
Was that the question? If you get the blades? No.
It was the question is the blade that Atreides guy had. Can you get the Atreides blade? Sorry, can you get the Atreides blade the guy has in the pit? Maybe we can go back to.
Yeah, I don't.
If you can.
See it again.
Yeah. Let's check it out again. I mean, I know someone is using the dual blades because those, of course, you can get, but I'm pretty sure that they mean something. That one.
I mean, this one?
I guess this one, because it has the Atreides salute.
I think we'll have to come back to this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know myself. I have no idea.
Send us a screenshot on social media and ask, and then we'll get back to you.
Yeah, tag us. Tag us on social media, and we can get back to you because I actually don't know either. So, yeah. All right, we're going to the next question. And apologies, but we'll try to figure that out for you. Mystical Miavar with another question. Why couldn't I have a dialogue option in chapter 2 to tell Arista it wasn't my fault? And I was so sorry. I feel that very much.
We just like to torture you. That's no. I mean, you try, right? She just doesn't really let you because she's a little bit too focused on too many things. It's tough that you had to find out that way, but we know that you were trying your best. It's not your fault.
No,
it's us.
We know. She doesn't know though. That's the important point, you know.
It's definitely your fault.
Oh my God, you're so mean.
I remember the first time Joel pitched the idea to me, and
you loved it. You loved it, of course.
I was so for it. It's so good.
I remember as well the first time I heard about it, I was like, "You're such a." Anyway, moving on. Invin91 on Twitch is asking questions of quality of life. Can we get more circuits to craft and dispatch correctly all components on storage?
We'll look into it.
All right. Not promising anything, but we never say never. All right. Nice one, Oni on YouTube. Will the swatches also be used for the building pieces so your base can be red or green, etc.?
Not for now. This is what I'm going to answer. So no, it's for the placeables, specifically some of the machines. I don't think every single placeable, but most of them.
All right, we can actually go back to the previous question because we are actually just having confirmation. I mean, like doing this like, I just got confirmation. So like this, how they're doing like, hello, yes, we got confirmation. No, actually, I just heard that we actually do have faction blades in chapter 3.
We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun rewards for the
and
factions.
We have Camille here actually showing one of them.
Oh, was that the question?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I guess that was the question. Yeah, but we probably didn't really, or I didn't.
I didn't understand.
I didn't portray the question well enough. I think
apologize.
That was on me. Yes. So there are actually, with the new faction tiers, we also have new faction rewards.
Yes,
so,
correct.
And that's one
tons
of those.
Of new rewards in chapter 3.
Tons of new rewards. All right. So we were able to answer the question as well. Okay, another question from Cyrus Phoenix Fire. I apologize. I'm so sorry for butchering your name. It's a really cool name, but it's also difficult. If Deep Desert will be reverted fully, is there going to be other locations for spice, sand, and plastinium ore?
We will take into account when we design and change things to make it viable for different types of playstyles. I can't commit to anything here and now. We're still figuring out design-wise and kind of how we want to land it. But when I'm saying we want to take it back to its original vision, I'm being on purpose a little bit vague for now because we still want to kind of nail that balance. But definitely keep giving us feedback like that. We're going to take it into account as we figure it out.
All right. And then we have a question from Boletis01 over on Twitch. Will you release some of the in-game decoration assets to be craftable? Examples, carpets, pillows, etc.
There's no plan for that right now. But yeah, keep giving
right.
feedback.
All right. DTX Waldo on Twitch. Will there ever be a way to replay story missions?
Well, you can do that by restarting the game and playing a new character. But,
oh my god, yeah.
it is something we've been discussing. We'll have to see what time brings. But yeah, it's definitely something we've been discussing internally.
All right, and one last question, a spicy one, from Siegewalker over on YouTube. Can we have arena PvP combat on demand?
I mean, there's so many cool players building their own PvP arenas, so it's already kind of possible, but I guess they're asking for something more structured in a way. Also something we're discussing internally, this I'm not committing to anything here now because this is all about Chapter 3 now. I want us to focus on that, but definitely something we have been discussing internally.
Alrighty, and that was the last question for this particular segment. Now, we're gonna look at, we're not opening the giveaway just yet, so don't start spamming. You have more than enough time to enter the giveaway later when we open it up. But what we're gonna do now, after we take another quick break, is we're gonna look at the optional content that you can pay for, our paid DLC called Raiders, not Riders,
Lands.
Raiders of the Broken Lands, right after the break. Welcome back, everybody. So now we're going to talk about the paid DLC. Optional paid DLC. Again, we have to iterate here that it's only cosmetics in the DLCs. Also, because we did actually learn from the previous DLC, maybe Ole Andreas, you want to comment on that?
Yeah, I mean, we continuously see what you guys think of what we put out there, and we try to learn from it. And I mean, with the last DLC, we had some issues with the expectation around how many building pieces there were. We did address that, and the team worked really well on fleshing out the set, and now it's a really good set, I think, in the first one. So in chapter 3 and onwards, we're gonna be super clear, transparent, predictable on what is included in a DLC, and I guess we can jump into it. So it's a very a very transparent package, if you want it.
Yes. And we also learned that people really like building pieces. So
They
going
really
forward,
do.
Going
I
forward,
also.
it will be very clear what's paid and what is free content, thematic-wise as well. So yeah, let's take a look at some. Maybe we can look at the infographic first. What is included?
Yeah.
While
let's
we get ready to show
jump
it to
into
you in
that.
game. Yes, it's a meaty one. Can I just say that? Because
It
it
is.
has over 100 things in this DLC, which is actually kind of crazy.
It
right?
is. I mean, I'm super happy for the building set. It's 74 pieces of the smuggler's building set. And then you have the armor and still suits for the smugglers. You have a light and heavy and a still suit. And then you have the 17 smuggler decoration pieces. There's some really nice furniture and bookshelves and cool placeables in there. Then you have the smuggler weapon variant, and then a raider buggy variant, which looks super cool. You have a swatch that is themed as the smugglers, and then you have 2 new emotes. So I think the next thing is we're gonna actually dig in and
We're gonna
look
jump
at it.
into the live version of those. Yes,
I think see Camille here getting his ornithopter ready.
can actually look at these things here.
See there.
Our resident builder Tor Egil, of course, again has built an absolute masterpiece with these new
Shout out to Toregel.
building pieces. Shout out to Tor Egil, you magician, you. Absolutely.
Yes,
crazy.
as you see here, it's really gracefully built into the actual terrain and the geology. It's a really unique set. I think we talked about it a bit earlier. Like they're scavengers, kind of by nature and by trade, but they're not scavenging, and it's not like a low quality crafted or ragged.
Yeah, it doesn't look cheap.
They
at all.
really do care, and they put quality and careful craft into what they make. So it's got a sense of quality to it. But yeah, it's kind of, what do you call it? The style kind of.
What did I call it earlier when we were looking at it? I don't remember what I said
I
actually.
don't remember either. Maybe you want to comment on the style.
So with the smugglers, we try to keep several things in mind. We have here a very organized group that is kind of subsisting on the resources that exist on Arrakis. Obviously, they are able to acquire things from other places. But when comparing them to other kind of bigger name factions like the Atreides, the Harkonnen, they don't have the same kind of production base available to them that these kind of great houses do. So while they are like, you know, the more distinguished of the groups you're going to find on Arrakis, they are still kind of salvaging a lot of their materials from things like, you know, fallen highliners or things that exist within the world. A far cry, of course, from the scavengers who have to scavenge simply to survive. They have created something that is much more refined and that suits kind of the ambition levels that they have. So style-wise, that's kind of where, from an art perspective, we've been trying to focus on finding a way of communicating that.
It looks so good though, especially from the inside, the windows.
I know. I love how the windows look so
Me
different from
too.
the inside to the outside
Yeah.
as well. They get
Yeah.
a completely different feel to them.
Here we also see the whole overview of all the different pieces.
There's
that
so
you're
many.
getting
Like
with
this is for
set.
all of you builders out there, and that you want a new style to mix and match, or just completely do your own smuggler's base width, this is perfect for you. You can sit in your chair.
Yeah.
You also see a nice, you got the
Comfy
still
bed. Oh, okay, you're talking about the still suit.
on stylish as ever. And yeah, the comfy bed, as you see.
I also
No,
really
it's-
like the lamp for some reason. I really like the lamp.
I actually saw on the
It's so good.
NDA PTC, there are a lot of people commented on that, so
Very cool.
it's really cool.
Yeah, for some reason I really, really like the lamp because it looks very different as well from anything else we have in the game so far. And also the little pieces, of course, that you can place, little placeables.
And this base
Gorgeous.
is
So
only this building set and the decoration pieces. So this
Yeah.
is just built with the smuggler set.
So everything you see here, yeah. And of course the ornithopter skin as well.
No, the ornithopter skin
Nope.
is a normal
Oh,
chum
that's
one.
a normal one. I'm sorry. Apologies
Yeah.
for that.
But yeah, I think you have the Raider buggy skin in there as well.
Oh yeah, it's the buggy.
Nice little lamp there. Looks really, really cool.
The ornithopter is fitting the theme so well, so it's just like my brain just zoned down. It's
Yeah,
like, oh
yeah.
yeah, that looks perfect.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then now that you can swatch your placeables, you can use the same swatch to make your placeables look in the same style. Yeah, look at that.
Earthy.
So many options. I love it. So yeah, this will be available at the same time as Chapter 3 launches, and you can go on Steam and you can buy it there.
Right. Yeah, so there you have it. A lot of content, free, and then also the DLC here is coming your way with Chapter 3. It's around the corner. We're looking at early 2026, depending on testing. But before we take another quick break, before
Maybe I can mention, did
Oh,
we
go
announce the
ahead.
PTC now, or did we not?
no, I was going to do it at the end, but you can do it now. You can do it now. Go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Yeah, okay. Since we're talking about testing and everything, and we're, it's shipping in early 2026. Tomorrow, this is going live on our PTC servers. More information about the time and so on. And right now we are going early with, going to PTC with it quite early because we really want your feedback and your thoughts and what you like, so that we have some time to actually tune it and kind of adjust it as people give us feedback. So please check it out. Tell us what you think. Give us feedback. Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you.
So before we go into another very quick break, where we have a last round of Q&A as well, we're going to start our giveaway. So now you're actually allowed to spam chat with exclamation mark AWOO with 2 O's. AWOO. Are you making fun of me? That was a nice AWOO.
No, I just
Come on.
love how that's become a
It's
thing.
a meme. I know. I was just joking. I was like, I still
good.
love it. I think it's. I still wish he was in the game. But anyway, for those of you who came in later, you won't know where this is coming from for the vets among us here in chat. So yeah, yes. So the giveaway will unfortunately only be open to Twitch. At this point, I am very sorry about this. I apologize to YouTube, to our community over in YouTube. And also we are going to, I'm getting there, Ignacy, I'm getting there. It's talking in my ear. Awoo. So also we're giving away 2 main games, 3 deluxe upgrades, and 10 DLCs of your choice. So spam away. While we go into a quick break and then go back into answering some of your questions.
Woo.
And welcome back again to our last Q&A segment and also our giveaway that's running right now. So if you want to join in, !AWOO. Unfortunately, it's only for Twitch. We're giving away 2 main copies of the game, 3 deluxe upgrades, and 10 DLCs of your choice. If you win, we will send you a DM on Twitch, just so you know. Woo. All right, let's get started with some of the questions. We have another question from Kitty Hux. Will we be getting Atreides Harkonnen variants for our carriers and crawlers?
No.
For carriers, yes.
Oh, sorry, carriers.
For carriers, yes.
Sorry, my brain was in a different place. Yes, for carriers, yes,
And
but no crawlers.
All right, next question from Joby610 on YouTube. With the southern half of the deep desert currently PvE, but still containing PvP pockets at objectives, do you plan to adjust the layout or incentives so PvP remains engaging?
We don't have a solid plan currently, like what I think, Ole, you said it earlier, that we intend to bring the deep desert back to the original plan or the original vision for it, basically. But there is some more figuring out that needs to be done, exactly how that manifests.
We're currently working on how to. We're currently working through the designs and like direction and how we figuring out how we want to actually in detail solve it. But I mean, we will take both PvP and PvE into account whenever we do this, of course. So.
Toxemy on Twitch is asking, where are we with server transfers, merges?
Yes, we are working on both server or character transfer is what we're calling it, which is basically allowing your character to transfer between one world to another, is very close. The team is just wrapping up the small minor details now, and we're doing testing. And then also making sure that it works well with everything, and the team is basically almost there with it. So expect that one to land soon. It will work with your character, your bases, vehicles, all of that. You'll be able to just back up your base and transfer over, basically. And then server merges is a little bit further away, but also the team is actively working on it, and it's approaching the later stages of development, I would say, right now. You want to add?
I can just say that they are using sort of the same tech, basically. So like one thing has to happen before the other, and then we're good to go.
Makes
but
sense,
we're close.
because everything is connected, of course, in one way or another. Ref's Corner on YouTube, will the third Landsred faction still be coming?
That's a lore question. I think I can dodge that one.
Nils is not here anymore. We just, yeah.
If this is the third faction in terms of the Landsred or something, the endgame, then it's still a TBD. We'll see.
Quasian on Twitch, would it be possible to create a separate augment tab so it doesn't clutter the inventory?
We don't have plans for that, but that's a suggestion that we should consider.
Yeah. So keep sharing through our channels, Discord and such. Warlord Platypus over on Twitch is asking, can we carry passengers between overland locations in our ornithopters? Warlord Platypus.
No.
Great.
It is something that we have been looking at, and we might look at it again. It is a bit of a tricky problem to solve. It's not like we don't want it. It's just that it's technically a challenge to solve. And right now, as a company, we also and as a team, we also have to focus on solving other problems. So it's not a current focus, but it's definitely something we have been looking at in the past. So yeah.
All right. Arc Space Quest is asking, what will the new building items be made from? I've actually pinged our resident builder because I have to admit, none of us three here was actually sure. We weren't sure. I'll see if I can. I don't think Todd Egan has answered. I'll try to get back on that question in regards to detailed information about the building.
I would expect it is the same as you would build with the other ones, like the Atreides and If you're talking about the smuggler ones, I would
Yeah.
expect it to be the same, but we can
From the
confirm.
DLC. Yeah. So if we get confirmation on that, we'll definitely let you know. Can we sleep in beds now? Space God 1 is asking.
No, but we have been looking at that as well. Again, it's not a focus right now, but yeah, keep giving feedback like that. Something that we might look into the future.
So we have another question that is in regards to the building set that we also not 100% sure of. Will we get half wide walls and floors? I'm guessing that's also in regards to the new building set. I would kind of expect so, but I'm actually not sure. I have to admit.
I don't remember. Like in my head, it's like 74 pieces. I do think so, but
Same.
But I'm not 100% sure, so we should
Same.
be confirming this.
Yes, so I
rather.
did ping Tor Eagle about that as well. And if he has time to answer, I'll definitely update with the reply to that. Serena Savage is asking, will the relocate tool for the vehicles work on vehicles stuck in social hubs? Good question.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
We
one.
will check before we ship it, and then we will see what
Yeah,
happens.
that's
Vehicles stuck in social hubs.
How's that possible?
how is your vehicle getting stuck in social hubs? That's
Did you go to the bar and have a few too many drinks?
yeah, so you couldn't drive home because you were too drunk. So
No, but
I don't
that is
think it's
interesting.
I don't think it's meant for those kind of edge cases.
So
if you can't drive, don't drive.
technically, vehicles cannot spawn in social hubs, but I think I understand what they mean. I mean, we'll look into it. Yeah, and yeah, just please make a request or something for someone to look into it.
Yeah.
I think currently the tool only it's only on the same map, right?
It's all on the same map, and you can't use tools in social hubs, so you can't do it. But I don't know if what the problem is. I don't know if the problem is that they're stuck in the social hub. Yeah.
I have to make sure you get the microphone.
Yep.
Alrighty. Rashid Williams is asking, will there be an attachment to God of Flower Sand with crawlers?
Flower sand with crawlers. Not in the plan currently. So you still have to go onto the sand, dare your life with the...
Use the compactor.
I mean, you could just naked run
Or
like I
naked.
do.
You can naked. Yeah, you can just hand collect.
Nothing is like gathering some flower sand early in the morning naked on the sands of Arrakis.
You have some really weird hobbies, Ole Andreas. Let me just say that. Like, okay, interesting, but yeah, let's not iterate on that further. Not yet, maybe next time. Grumfield is asking, will there be a way to go back to another faction if you already swapped faction one time already? So, defect twice.
No. If you defect once,
They don't trust
they
you
won't
anymore. Have
you back.
They don't
Sorry.
trust you anymore. Nope. Gotta choose your. Gotta choose your. You gotta choose your way properly here. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, made sense in my head. Drew Lopez is asking: is there any announcements about console release date?
No announcement. We are working on it. We have builds running, and it's looking pretty good. There's some cool adjustments, or like we're customizing also quite a bit for the console, so it's using different elements of it, like the different what do you call it, like technologies of the controller, etc., etc. So it's coming along quite nicely, but no release date. It'll be late next year is what we said so far.
All right. Lupus8841 is also asking, what about building items like lamps? Will they be raised to like the limits? Sorry, building limits.
No, this is mostly a performance concern, to be honest. So we'll, like, as we keep working on the game, we continuously optimize, we continuously look at things like this. If we see that we have the option to raise it, we will definitely do so, because it's one of the things that is requested. But right now, performance is the limiting factor, and yeah. So maybe in the future. For now, no.
All right. How's Erebus on YouTube? Any word on allowing fabricators and storage set to faction permissions, similarly to how they can be set to public or guilds?
So faction permissions.
Faction permissions.
Faction permissions on
On
placeable.
fabricators and storage.
You can do guild.
Oh, right.
So you can say any Harkonnen can access this.
That is not on the plans, but it's also an interesting idea.
Can be just nice to your faction only.
You can just put it to public, and then you say like Atreides only, like write a sign above it,
No Harkonnen allowed.
Yes. and then you
that.
have like snipers hidden in the different mountains.
It's a cool idea, though. I like that. Yeah. I mean, the idea from our player. Yours is fun too. Yours is fun too in another way. So Evil Angel is asking, will it be possible to restore completely broken armor, weapons, and equipment?
Currently not on the plans, but recycle.
Yes. And then Connor Michael is asking on YouTube, are any adjustments or balances going to be made to cripple strike?
Thank you. we are currently not doing balancing on cripple strike. I think with what Alex talked about earlier with the stamina cost and things like that, we will see how that's received basically. So we do want to do a full assessment of combat and balance, but I feel that we have reacted maybe a little bit too quickly in some cases, and because of that, the game has drifted in a way that we didn't really predict because we didn't fully understand the consequences of things we did. We fixed some bugs, and that had consequences that we didn't fully understand at the time. And I think that we need to take a step back and look at where we are, and also define clearly where we are going. We are not at that stage yet, but there are changes that you'll see when you play, but it's not going to be the full package that people are hoping for, not just yet.
But it's coming. Or we're looking at it.
Alrighty, let's see if you have some more questions. Let's see if you can answer some more.
A woo.
Woo.
Woo. Also, I am checking in how we're doing on the giveaway. Still going, that's good too. So remember, exclamation mark, woo, if you want to have a chance at either winning 2 full game versions, 3 deluxe upgrades, or 1 of 10 DLCs of your choice. Okay, we have Alan Estrada. I think he had a question, or they had a question earlier too, on YouTube. Can we please have the higher tower fabricator craft the lower tier stuff as well? Probably a question for...
So it's a tricky thing in a way, because like the more we optimize like this, the less need you'll have to expand your base. So we are actually careful and making sure that we want players to have all the things, so that they will have to keep engaging with the building loops and build things bigger. So we are not planning to do that just now.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, and another question from PicRoses24 from YouTube. When will this build be on the test server? We actually mentioned that already, but you can go into that again.
I can repeat it.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Might have missed it. Tomorrow. Yes, will be available tomorrow. Is it going to be a bigger party size? I mean, we had kind of a question like that already, but we can iterate on that.
There'll still be 4
Yes.
player party size.
Okay, actually, I got some answer here as well now. So there are half walls indeed in the. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to
Then
make
we
sure
weren't
that-
lying, or
No, I was
hallucinating.
pretty sure. I just wasn't 100% sure. So yeah, there will be half walls in these new buildings in the DLC. Also, I should get an answer anytime now regarding the actual material being used. But we have another question though. No, actually we answered that question already. But I got the answer now regarding half floors, but not triangle floors. All right, that kind of was the answer from our resident builder regarding the question for the DLC. Also now we have what material. So let's see if you can answer that as well. All right, but I think... Okay, that's actually a question from Nicole. What faction did you? I mean, people know I picked Harkonnen. I mean, come on. What factions did you guys pick, though? Nicole wants to know.
Atreides.
Oh, boo. Yeah.
I picked Atreides. I'm not exactly sure because in Anarchy Online I click Omnitech all the time. So
yeah, there you go.
I surprised myself a little bit with
The bad
Atreides,
ones.
but I
You're
went
going
for
goody.
Atreides. Yeah.
Goody two-shoes, which they are really not, though. Let's just say that. Pretending to be.
I have not defected yet, so maybe one day.
You're planning to defect. There you go. All right. So I am just checking in on what's going on if we have our winner draw sometime soon. It's being worked on. So we can discuss a bit more. Okay. So I want to ask you actually, because there's so much in this new chapter.
So much.
What is your favorite thing though? Can you even choose? Because you both have been working on pretty much
So-
all those as in your
I think
in your
for
roles.
my sake, I mean, it's connected. I think if I were to choose one thing, I would were to
Yeah.
choose the difficulty scale dungeons, or sorry, the testing stations. I think those are my favorite thing because I will always want to be able to challenge myself to something a bit harder. I'm very glad that we're allowing both the people who play solo or
Yeah,
duo or
100%.
trio or 4-player parties to participate in them and challenge themselves. But I think that's the one thing I'm looking the most forward to because I want to be able to beat it at 99 difficulty. I was trying 10 the other day with Jeff, when the person next to me in the office. We got hammered. It was so hard during the duos, but it was a ton of fun. So that is probably my one thing.
Yeah, I think definitely hands down the new bosses, the new testing stations, basically because they are much closer to the vision that we had for how they would be, basically. But time and being what it is, we didn't manage to fully get there. But now this is actually what we all wanted them to be. All have them themed, have bosses, and also the fact that we finally have we have instancing, we have a difficulty scaling, and we're basing on not just on how difficult you choose it to be, but also how many are going in there. So those are things that, as an old gameplay designer, it's to me, it's well, of course we're going to do that. And now we've done it, and it's looking really good, actually.
Exciting. All right.
And I think as a survival game, which Dune is, it's cool that we're going so deep into the system side for me. So I'm looking forward to the grind for me. It's going to be an exciting grind.
Yeah, me too. I wouldn't call it grind, but I love the whole min-maxing aspect of it because I'm a stickler for that. I want to get the best gear possible, the best RNG, and yeah, so
Even if
I'm
it's
actually
not-
excited for that.
Even if it doesn't need to be a grind, I will grind the hell out of it.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, am I not allowed to swear?
That's fair.
Maybe not.
All right, so I hear that we're already reaching out to the winners, so we actually have winners already. Do we have all winners? So should we just stop with the giveaway? We can move on. So unfortunately, for those of you who haven't gotten, or we're in the process of DMing you if you won, but with that said, the giveaway is over. There, so here we go. Okay. Maybe we can have the infographic up again to see how beefy this update is going to be. I think really, this is all the stuff that's coming for free. All the new systems, as we mentioned, based on player feedback, based on discussions that we're following on Reddit, on social media, on different types of forums, in our Discord, of course, as well. And I think it's a very, very, very good foundation that we have built here to really also, expand on and work with.
We got some exciting plans in the future, building on top of this and fleshing out other aspects of the game. So look forward to that. I mean, the game has been out for only 6 months already. Sometimes it's mind blowing.
Yeah, it's actually
6 months
hard to
and
think about that.
And I'm super excited because we have a ton of stuff for you all
that.
to share and play in Chapter 3. Did you have something on?
Hold the mic. I just wanted to I have the memory of a goldfish, so I have to have cheat sheets, and it's these are the things that I wanted to talk about. There's quite a lot.
All right. So here you have the graphic again, and yeah, I think with that. No, wait, we actually had 3 more questions now. I just remembered. I think we
More questions.
Did we? Just making sure I didn't forget anything. No, we have all the questions that were related to me answered, so that's great too. We got that out of the way. So with that said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being on this journey with us. We really do appreciate it. If you haven't yet, update your client to get the free DLC, or not DLC, but it's a pack. Let's call it a pack to not confuse anyone, with those really fun placeables, the strategy table, and the little things you can play with. There you see it again. I'm a huge fan of this. I just like little tidbits like this that work for role-playing as well. It's just like beautifying your base. Very cool things. And also remember to follow our socials, Dune Awakening everywhere. Join our Discord. Keep giving us feedback. Possibly, if possible, constructive feedback that we can really work with as well, because we do actually love constructive feedback. It's important to us. But yeah, I think other than that, I'm just getting a message here. Okay, all good. Cool. All right. Yeah, that was it. Thank you so much to my guests here, Viljar and Ole Andreas.
Thank you.
And we do, of course, hope to see you for the next stream, and stay hydrated, sleepers.